I'm joined now by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for joining me. It's great to have you on Yahoo Finance.
Great to be with you.
We are here today at the Trump Accounts Summit, and it feels like an inflection point for capitalism, for bridging the gap for income inequality. What do Trump accounts mean for the next generation of Americans and for our economy?
Look, I think it's taking the capital markets to everyone. I always say it's the biggest merger in history. It's Wall Street and Main Street. When I was a kid in South Carolina, I didn't know about the stock market. I just knew something bad had happened in Wall Street in 1929. And now, for the next 4 years, every child getting $1,000 put in an index fund in their Trump account. They're going to learn about the markets. Their parents going to learn about it. And the president has done peace deals, trade deals, and tax deals, but I think this could be his most enduring legacy because these won't open up for 18 more years. And if someone rolls it into an retirement account, it won't be for 65 more years. But giving everyone a piece of the American dream, I think, is a game changer.
Now, every child who's born for the duration of this administration gets $1,000 to start, and they can contribute up to $5,000 a year, kind of similar to an IRA. Will it automatically be invested in an index fund? How will that work? And will there be, perhaps at some point, company matching as companies match 401ks?
Oh, no, we have company matching now. So everything will be contributed into the index fund, the lowest cost, broad-based, broadly diversified. But we're going to hear from a lot of great American companies today who are going to contribute. Parents can contribute, family members can contribute. And the other thing that we are seeing is some great American philanthropists are also contributing. So Michael and Susan Dell are contributing to a lot of the children who aren't eligible for the $1,000. So you can open an account per child up until age 18. Michael and Susan Dell have contributed $6.25 billion to all children in America who are not in the top 20% economically of zip codes. Ray Dalio and his wife have adopted the children in the state of Connecticut. We just heard Brad Gerstner has adopted his home state of Indiana, all the children under 5 years. I think we're going to have a big announcement on Oklahoma today. We hope by the day the accounts are rolled out, July 4th, July 5th, that all 50 states will be spoken for.
Could we see even more than $1,000 perhaps at this point?
Oh, it could be much more. I mean, it could be topped up. And the other thing too is, I don't know if I would want to be a toy maker now, because I think friends, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles will maybe contribute to the accounts instead of give a toy.
You're creating the foundation for wealth for the next generation by giving them a jump start. What about giving children, Americans, the tools they need to manage themselves? For example, we know that American history is mandated to be taught in classes, middle school, high school. What about a federal mandate to teach investing in middle school and high school? Is that something the administration would support? I know you're big on financial literacy.
Yeah, so I've done a lot of work with financial literacy. I don't know if we do a federal mandate. We would encourage states to do it. I think about 2/3 of the states do it now. And I think the great thing about these Trump accounts is that for a lot of families, the 38% of families have no investments in the stock market. This will change that, and I think that it will become the ultimate real-time learning lab, because as the children, the parents look on their phones every day, every week, every month, and they'll become interested. At Treasury, we have Financial Literacy Month, and we're going to keep pushing out more and more. And I think many of this, so the other match that can come is from states. So I think we're going to have 20 states, and I think the states are all going to have financial literacy requirements maybe to receive the donation.
You're also head of the IRS. What are you seeing in terms of account signups at this point for the Trump accounts, and what are your expectations for tax season?
Well, we've already seen 600,000 signups just this week. So the TrumpAccount.gov, if any of your viewers want to go on. And for the IRS, I can see there's going to be a big refund season because one big beautiful bill was signed on July 4th, and we did not give guidance on withholding changes for the president's signature policies, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security, deductibility of American cars on the loans. So working Americans going to have the very nice tax refunds, encouraging everyone to change their withholding. Now their take-home pay will go up. So I was in Iowa with the president yesterday. We were in a diner/restaurant, and the wait staff there couldn't have been more excited.
I also cover the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve is meeting today. They are expected to hold interest rates steady after cutting 3 times at the tail end of last year. I know that you, the president, have called for the Fed to continue cutting. What is your message to the Fed today, and do you have any update on the search for the next Fed chair and when we could possibly see an announcement?
Yeah, and I haven't necessarily called for cuts. I just said that I think the neutral rate's lower, and I think that inflation is moving down the target faster than maybe some members of the board or the Reserve Bank presidents do. So, but my message is always have an open mind. In my lifetime, we had Paul Volcker, who was a great Fed chair. Then we had Alan Greenspan, and Volcker really had to take a lot of tough medicine, bring inflation down. Greenspan, on the other hand, in the 90s, could see the productivity boom that was coming. He had an open mind, and he let the economy really grow at its potential. Government paid down tremendous amount of debt thanks to the Clinton administration, the good work of Newt Gingrich and the House Republicans. So what I am saying here is have an open mind that growth does not equal inflation, and let's see what happens. And in terms of Fed search, we got some great candidates. I was talking to the president about what he's thinking on the plane back from Iowa last night, and my inclination is we may hear something in the next week or so.
Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for your insights. So appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. That's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.